Good morning, collective. The time is 10:45 on March 29th, 2025. Thank you for being here. I'd like to start out and say, please remember that your enemy's plans for you are not God's plans for you. So don't ever take them to heart or give them the power of your belief. Okay. Let us tap right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with you. Collective. Current energy, please, Spirit. Current energy. What storyline would you like to share with the collective on the current energy? Current energy, please, Spirit. What storyline would you like to share with the collective on the current energy, please? In the central energy, we've got somebody's in a nightmare. They're having a nightmare, trauma. They're in fear, stricken with grief or sadness. Now, recently, this energy has been pushed out into the collective. So you may have been experiencing some sadness or some panic attacks or some thoughts that you are undeserving. That's the enemy trying to sneak in on you. And because you did not fall victim to that, it's backfiring on them. They're in a nightmare. They are the ones feeling the hopelessness. And if it be you, breathe into it and release it. In the challenge position, we've got the 10 of Wands. So somebody could be in despair. That is the completion of your heavy burden. You're not feeding into the fear. You're not feeding into the hopelessness. You're not feeding into despair. There is an end in sight. Keep going. In the subconscious, we've got the Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. So, they missed their chance. They lost their opportunity because you refused to take on this mental and emotional garbage that the karmics are trying to push out with their magic right now. In the recent past, you've got 7 of Wands. So you're standing up for yourself during this challenge. You're maintaining your boundaries. You're holding yourself firm. Maintaining control. Intentions and expectations, please, Spirit. Star. Rejuvenation, a rebirth. You're going to get your light shining and you're going to pour it on this, whatever this is, this energy that they're trying to push in on you. You're just going to shine the light of love on it, shine the light of truth on it. And you're going to reject that gift that doesn't belong to you. You're going to transmute it, process it, and let it go. In the near future, please, Spirit. Queen of Wands in the upright. So you're courageous, you're confident, and you're determined to live in joy and passion. You're not going to fall into this depressive state that they want you in. Oh no, they've been making you live in that state for a long time. And now you're choosing joy, you're choosing courage, you're choosing passion. You're choosing to be confident in your own ability to live your life. Focused. The lens that's being looked through is memories, nostalgia. You could be looking over history. They might be trying to trigger your wounds right now, your emotional wounds. And one of the biggest emotional wounds that can be triggered by the enemy or your adversary that wishes to keep you stuck is the energy and the remembrance of betrayal. you know. The previous cycle, that's all it had to offer you. A little bit of love and then a whole lot of pain and betrayal. Okay, so there's this memory here. But this is a happy memory, so it could be that, you know, you're determined to stay in joy. So when these things hit you, you remember the good times. You remember the love. In the environment, in the environment, we've got the Queen of Pentacles here, a supportive mother figure. Teaching you how to be independent and wise. It's nurture, comfort, and stability, even during, a tough time. You could be having this energy. You're very wise. Hopes and fears. The Ace of Wands. So there's new opportunities here. You're dreaming of jumping into some new opportunity, this new beginning. You're very passionate about it. You have an urge to create something new. And the outcome, please, Spirit. Well, that kind of looks like it's in the reverse here. So we've got the Five of Swords reversed. Somebody is in regret. They wish to make amends. They're cutting their losses. There is a desire to reconcile. Like nobody wants to fight with you anymore. Whatever they did, the battle failed. They failed in their attempt to destroy you. And they're in regret. There could be a lot of balancing things going on, or maybe the temperance angel is bringing about balance or managing these multiple things hitting you at once. You could be an earth angel and you've got this devil out here hitting you hard with all these different mental and emotional issues right now. They're desperate to get you stuck, but you're alchemizing it. You're managing the emotional, the mental, and the energetic body. You're breathing into the pain. You're healing the wound. Whatever needs to be healed, still, you're doing the work. As you should. Yeah, because they're trying to bring you this competition, this challenge, they want to beat you up so bad because you're a high priestess and you've got a new beginning here. You're taking your sacred wisdom, your connections to the divine, and you're out of here. You're innocent and you're just happy-go-lucky. That's blind faith. You're about ready to walk off that cliff and you just got joy written all over you because you know that you're intimately connected to the divine and God's got you. You're okay. And these ones, they are, they have to move on. They're in sorrow. They have to move on. They have to accept the loss because this Empress here is inspired to take action, and there's a King of Wands here too. So the Empress, there's a lot of passion energy here, inspiring to take action, to provide support, to guide, to nurture. A great accomplishment has happened. And it's unpredictable. It was unpredictable. Like nobody could see it coming. We've got the King of Wands here, overcoming challenges and calling judgment. Okay? Regarding the inheritance, people's souls are being looked at. So, it's like, are you emotionally intelligent? Do you know how to manage your energy, your electrical outputs and inputs? When you're suffering, are you going to go out and make those around you suffer? Are you going to put out the energy of pain? Or are you going to breathe into it before you before you take that essence out into the world, right? There's difficult decisions being made. You're thinking before you're making a decision on who to share your wealth with. Your love, your energy, your time. You're very much in control of your own essence. And you thinking very, very clearly. You're releasing a lot of baggage. You're moving on. And there's new love here. The fruits of your labor are offering you new love. There could be a surprise coming up and a reward, a financial stability, contentment. Contentment in love, contentment in abundance. You've got everything you need here. And there's somebody that's in an 8 of Cups energy and a 4 of Cups energy. They're getting left behind. They're feeling abandoned, or they're abandoning your position here. They're being disconnected. They're not happy with what they're getting, but they have to walk away from what you're getting. You're the sun. You're the sun and the star. So somebody's in trauma and despair because your burden is over. They can't lay this mental tribulation on you. This low vibrational south node energy, they're not able to lay it on you, and they're having fear. They're very depressed. They could be having the nightmare that you refuse to accept. See, they put out these intentions and these manipulations in order to draw you down into south node. They desperately want you in this energy, but you're not accepting it. You're like, you know what? I'm not accepting that burden. This is a completion of my burden. I'm done taking that crap. So they're worried. There's despair. They're having anxiety. Look at that. Anxiety twice. They are double anxiety. It's like what they tried to send to you when you did not accept the gift of this energetic and mental and emotional attack. It went back on them twofold. Yeah. Because the blood, the sweat, and the tears that you have been putting in, carrying this 10 of Wands burden for these people is over. It's coming to an end. And they know it. They're challenged by this. They're trying desperately to put it back on you. Don't believe every mental program that's running through your mind. If your heart is breaking, look at the trigger. Look at the wound. Breathe into it. Take a shower. Take a bath. Go outside for a walk in the forest. Do something to transmute the energy. Don't accept every attack that comes your way as your own problem, because it's not. They're trying to offload their own problems onto you and flip you into south node. They know that this is a completion of you carrying this burden for them, and they're trying desperately to put it back on you, but you're not going to take it. You don't want it. They're drowning here. They're drowning because it's a completion of your 10 of Wands burden. They keep going under. They're challenged by it. They're in the 9 of Swords energy, having anxiety because it's you're done carrying this burden for them, and they're drowning under their own crap. Ace of Pentacles reversed. They lost their opportunity for money. They've lost their opportunity for gain. They made a bad investment. You did not take that on as your own responsibility. You're done carrying that burden. It's like, nope, that doesn't belong to me. You're not going to get stuck in a rabbit hole. They can't put you in a rabbit hole because you're managing yourself. You have mastered yourself, or you are on the way to doing so. You know thyself. What energies are yours? You know, you're typically probably a happy person, pretty mellow, pretty stable. And when you get these mental and energetic attacks, you know that it's coming from an outside source and it doesn't belong to you. But you need to manage it, because as a star and a sun in this world, it's your responsibility as one of the chosen ones of God to shine that light and not let it get dragged down into this energy. You have to be responsible with that. In the previous cycle, many stars and many suns were dragged down into the shadow realm, and it's typically by childhood trauma. You know, these ones really had it worked out. But, you know, you're letting it go. They're not able to put you in this rabbit hole. You're standing up for yourself. You're managing yourself well. You're blocking it. You're like, oh, there is an energetic attack. Boing! And you got your little wand out there and you're like, shields up. You're maintaining control of your own system. What it is that you have come to know as you. You're not letting any outside force influence you in any way negatively. Look, struggle. So somebody wants you to struggle, and it may be that nobody's helping you. You're doing this all on your own, and that's what makes you such a powerful warrior. It's easier when you have help, but the fact that you can stand there and maintain your mental, emotional, and energetic boundaries by yourself is amazing. You're going to be a wonderful addition to any community. Because what comes out of you is stable and strong. You got the star here. You're able, you have hope. You maintain your hope. You maintain your vibrancy. You remember your purpose, and your purpose is to shine light and love in this world. And you're not going to let darkness drag you down into South Node and have that be your reality. That's not what you're here for. That's not what this light is here for. You need to breathe into it and release. Because magic is flowing all around you. You are a spiritual fortune connected to the Most High. So, somebody here, it could be that they're struggling because you're standing up for yourself. You're a star, rejuvenated. We've got crumbling. It could be that everything is crumbling. Like what was? This burden that you've been carrying, this nightmare that you have been carrying, your light, your love, and you standing firmly in your purpose is causing everything around you to crumble. All of that stuff that these adversaries, or whatever you want to call them, have built on your light and your love is falling apart because you're not giving up and you're not giving in. It's like, this light belongs to me. I'm going to manage it. I'm not giving it up. I'm not going in the damn rabbit hole. You're a Queen of Wands. You're courageous, independent, secure in your life. You have a zest for life. You're determined to live it joyfully and passionately. You are self-aware and confident as you are discovering your life's purpose. And you're doing it alone. You're very independent. Look. Which way did this come out? It's like this. Which way is it? It's kind of crooked. It's kind of crooked. It looks like, to me, it's probably more in the reverse than it is in the upright. So I'm going to say, look, you're not having anything to do with those who broke their promises. These people who have been putting their burdens on you, they're drowning here because you're not taking on their freaking broken promises anymore. It's like, look, I know you're a liar. We've spent a lot of time together. I've been observing you for a long time. I've been processing your damn nasty energy forever, and I'm not going to do it anymore. Because you remember what is going on, and you're moving into the sweet youthful childlike nature, where everything is brand new. Everything is perfect. Everything is so happy. The fact that the flowers are blooming. It's such a miracle, This new life needs. So we've got needs, and it could be that your emotional needs weren't being met or aren't being met. You may have a memory of your needs not being met, and this says innocence and joy. So you may have, your innocence and joy did not have any support, but it's like it's time to reassess. Touch is important now. So it could be that you're thinking about your needs, how they weren't met before, how it's time to reassess. You might be thinking about union. Once you release all this garbage and this toxic energy that people have been forcing on you, you may be thinking about touch. Queen of Pentacles is in the environment, nurturing, and she's got a maternal instinct. She's very wise, and she's secure in herself. She's very supportive and reliable, generous, and fierce. She's fiercely protecting herself. But it's time to soften the heart so you can feel again. Touch is important too. Like, her needs may not have been met for a long time, because she's been busy carrying this nightmare burden for these people. But there's an Ace of Wands here. New opportunities, potential beginnings, growth, willpower. Very, very strong, very, very stable. Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, fierce, not dealing with liars who lie about, who make promises and lie. There's nothing more infuriating than being promised something and then have the person who promised it never follow through. And it's one thing to have it happen once in a while, but when it happens over and over and over again, it's like, what? I'm not dealing with you anymore. You've proven who you are. We're not dealing with that anymore. It's ending. It's time to let go and make a fresh start. You've got a new opportunity here with the Ace of Wands. Five of Swords in the reverse. Somebody's having revenge, remorse. They failed to beat you up, to run you into the ground, to stick you in South Node, rabbit hole crap. Yep, you're not taking those gifts anymore. You're like, I'm not accepting those gifts anymore. I prefer joy and, loving and living freely. So now they want to reconcile, but it's over. It's over. We have this ending here. Fierce ending. And they're grieving because it didn't work out the way they had planned. They thought they were going to stick you in South Node, and it didn't work out that way. Oh, now they're alone and they're tired and they're reaching out for you, but love is eluding them because you're not dealing with them and their broken promises anymore. They're an empty cup who just want another notch in the headboard. These are fake lovers. These are liars, malicious little jackwagons, and you're leaving them behind. You're leaving them behind. You're releasing them. You're letting them go. Things are difficult now. You may need space to sort out your feelings, to know what to do, but know that the things you no longer need are falling away to make room for the love that you deserve. Those who were playing games with love, they didn't see this coming, and now they want to escape. They were playing games with love. They were using your love as an escape route. They would come along and stick you in South Node just as you're about to inherit your reward and, mess things up for you. But this time you're not taking it. You're like, you know what? I'm not taking it. I'm not taking that energy on anymore. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to do what brings me joy. And they have to face it. They've lost. They've lost you. They've lost your love. They've lost your energy. They've lost your gifts, your singing, your talent, your this beautiful energy that you put out of the world. They've lost it. And they're going far, far away from you. Maybe they are. You're just done with it. And it's really challenging, you know. When somebody comes up and they tell you that they love you, especially if there's an intimate connection, and then you find out that that was malicious and they never loved you at all and they never had any intention of loving you, it's really, really destructive to the soul, to the spirit, to the mind, the heart. It's terrible. And you're not doing it this time. You're like, look, I already know you're a liar. I know you're a liar. I know this is happening. You never keep any of your promises. You might be doing investigative work because you have, you know, this courage, confidence, zest for life. You are bound and determined to live your life and you want it to have joy in it. And you're like, I'm not dealing with you lying, broken promise, you know, little hoe bags. Get away from me. We're not doing that anymore. So they're in a nightmare, 9 of Swords, trauma, despair, flighty, not knowing what's going to happen next. They're looking for the love they can count on, but you're not taking on their burden. This particular portion of love, Star, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, you're not taking on that burden. You're like, nope, my boundaries are up. And it might be a struggle. You might have to like wrestle with yourself because it's an intrusion. It's a spiritual attack. Look, they didn't appreciate the beauty that you offered. They didn't care about you. They just wanted to put this burden on you, but you're not taking it. This is a completion of that burden and they're going under. They're barely keeping things afloat. And the more panicked they get, the more desperate they throw out this magic to try to throw you off and have you seen as unworthy of the gift that you've got coming to you. They're drowning and going under because you love yourself, because you pour your love into your heart, into the world, and you heal as a star being. You're like, look, love may not want me, you know, but I mean, somebody else may not want to give me this love. Somebody else may only want to give me fear and trauma and drama, but I'm going to give me love. I am going to give me love. I'm not taking on anybody else's baggage, which means it's a completion of the burden and they're drowning and going under because you are loving yourself and you're healing throughout all this mess, this stuff they're trying to stick on you. They missed their chance. They lost their opportunity. They made a bad investment. They may have even paid somebody to do magic on you, but they weren't able to get you stuck in this rabbit hole, this crazy drama, mental, emotional drama. They're making mistakes. They made mistakes. They wish they could right their wrongs. They didn't appreciate you. You're protected here. You're protected and you're persevering through this challenge. It could be a struggle because this says you're struggling on your journey and you may have just reached an important milestone, but naysayers are trying to knock you back and or causing you to prove yourself. Hold your ground no matter what because you know you've got this and don't dare let anyone tell you otherwise. They're trying to dump on double struggle, right? They really want to mess you up. These are those principalities and whatever the hell we're fighting here, right? You may not feel like you're being supported in this, but the divine is monitoring you. And you know what's interesting to me is I'm old and I've been saved, you know, a few times in accidents and other things. And I know that the divine doesn't actually interfere with your experience. They're monitoring it, seeing how you are going to grow and expand into it and heal and move beyond it, or latch onto it and then drag yourself down and everything around you down with it. The only time the divine, as far as I know, ever actually interferes in our life is when it's about to be snuffed out and we still have potential in us. And then they're saying, nope, you're not done with your lesson yet. So boom, you get to live and go through it. Let me see you do it. Let me see you do it. Let me see you love yourself into healing. Let me see you love yourself and rise out of this shadowy business. Let me see you prove that you are fierce about the joy that's in your life and the maternal instinct as you know, you're a reliable guide to self, and you can share that information with the world and help others. Look, we've got chemistry here. So you're very passionate. You are very passionate about protecting your life, about standing up for yourself. And it is hard. It's very, very hard. Some of the things that you have been through have knocked down so many people. But you got this passion. Look, there's wands here. You got wands here. You got the Queen of Wands there. You've been carrying a 10 of Wands burden. And now, rather than carrying this burden, you're like holding your ground. You're like, you know what? And you're very passionate about it. You're like, nope, no more burdens for me. I'm not taking those burdens on. I'm going to manage this and I'm going to move beyond. And it is a struggle. It's very, very difficult to master yourself when you've got a whole bunch of, what is it? What do they call that? Powers and principalities or whatever that is. I don't know. Anyway, they're after you right now. But you're the star. You're the star, and you constantly rejuvenating the joy and the love in you, the light in you. When they try to drag you down into dense, woe is me, nobody loves me, I've got this betrayal energy, and I've got all this history, and my triggers are triggered, and you gotta, you know, do whatever you gotta do. If you gotta cry, man, and let it out like a freaking mighty roar. Let it all out. Get it out. Do not carry that burden. Cry it out. Let it out. Remember it. Then, you know, as you're catching your breath, lick the wound and remind yourself how worthy you are of love. Because you are this magnificent light that heals the world. You're a healer. Heal yourself. Learn how to do it. You got it in you. And because you're doing it, everything that these ones built off of your suffering is ending. It's all crumbling. It's all coming down. The fact that you love yourself is causing everything to fall and crumble because they can't put this burden on you anymore. They can't force you to carry it. And this thing about triggers and traumas regarding infidelity and, you know, betrayal, oh man, it hurts. It hurts so bad. Even the memory of it, even though you've healed and forgiven and there's a lot of time has been gone by, it still hurts so bad. But the thing about it is that you're mastering yourself and you're really putting in the work. Look, so they've missed their opportunity. Because you're in your star energy and you're breathing into the pain, you're licking your wounds, you're crying it out, you're releasing. So all this really is an opportunity for you to finish healing the trauma. For you to wrap up the work, wrap it up. You're in your 10 of Wands here. It's time for you to complete that. And you're going to do it by loving yourself. You are worthy. You are confident, you are courageous, and you are capable of managing the joy within you. Because you know that these guys are liars. They're lying about you. This energy that they're trying to put on you, it's a lie. They're just trying to trigger you and put you back into South Node. So visit the wound if you must, cry if you must, but don't take on the lie. You're not broken. You're no longer broken. You're determined to live your life in joy. Courageously and confidently. And again, we've got independence here. Independence. So you're doing this on your own. You're alone. Or what feels like you are. You know, but the Most High has you. I mean, you're there watching everything. And they're saying, okay, is she worthy or is he worthy of this beautiful gift I'm about to bestow upon them? Or are they going to accept this gift of trauma and despair? It's a choice. And the greatest thing that you can give those people that you love with your whole soul, but God has different plans for them and they're moving on, the greatest gift you can give them is your love, is your tears as you release them, and prayers for their generous success in this new adventure. Freedom to live the path that the Most High has for them. We can't force people to stay in our lives just because we fail to, fortify ourselves and we're too weak to release people, to stop shackling people and binding them to us. Reciprocity. You deserve equal give and take. You're not accepting broken promises anymore. You're not dealing with them. You are independent right now, but it looks like you want reciprocity. You're done. It's like, don't lie to me with these empty promises. I'm not taking it. So you got memories here, happy memories. This is what you're thinking of. You could be thinking with a childlike mind. You could be thinking of the joy and the simple pleasures, that bring you ease. Because you know that your needs weren't always met. You're remembering that. You know that your emotional needs weren't being met. You know that you were emotionally traumatized. And you're remembering that. You were innocent. But it's time to reassess, and touch is important. So you're thinking about the future union, even while you release the love and connection of the past. Everybody has to go their own way. Look, we've got reunion here. So there is love coming in for you. But it's not this love that they want to trigger you and re-traumatize you for. You got to release that and let it go. And the pain of it too, because you don't want to bring it into your new connection or your old connection resurfacing. Look, you're not accepting any third wheel enemies. And things are going exactly as planned. You're remembering these ones, ignoring your emotional needs. Perhaps, you're not being attacked by these third parties anymore. You're not dealing with them. You're not looking for a third party union. You're like, no. And you're going to get exactly what you expect. Things are going to go exactly as you expect them to. Familiarity, happy memories, joy, equal give and take, faithful union with somebody who says what they mean and means what they say. You could be in your Queen of Pentacles energy. You've got your maternal instinct going on. You're very reliable, you're supportive, you're wise. You can manage your own emotional trauma and drama, and you're being very aggressive against those who want to drag you down. You're like, not today, not to freaking day. I am going to soften my heart, and I'm going to continue feeling this love, and I'm not going to put shackles on it. I'm going to allow it to be free. Whichever way the Most High directs it in for its own best and highest good. You got to let it go and let God work in people's lives. Worry about your own self. Worry about your own self. We've got unfinished business here. Oh yeah. Queen of Pentacles is being fierce. She's like, look, I'm going to love. I'm going to soften my heart. I may be aggressive, But, and it may seem as though I'm being fierce, but my heart will remain open. But not to this, not to people who lie, not to this, nope, not to that, because you've got your childhood memories. What was love when you were young, when you were a child, and you fantasized about what your husband or wife would be and what the relationship would be and how happy that would make you, you know? You're going back to these childhood memories, these innocent, joyful memories. Hopes and fears, you've got the Ace of Wands here. So your willpower, your urge to recreate yourself, to wash the wound, to let it heal, to let go of the dense, dark energy that these ones keep pushing in on you. It's not yours. You got to clean it out. And it's an everyday thing. Every moment. This is why knowing thyself is so important, so you can recognize when these mental, energetic, and emotional attacks occur. Because you'll know that it's not you. Like I mentioned earlier, you will know that this is you, that your joy. You've got this zest for life. You're very determined. You're very passionate. You're confident. You're this bright, shining light in the world who loves themselves. This is you. Not this. Oh, they want you in this energy so bad, but that isn't who you are. So your willpower and your determination is bringing an ending to this business, and you're fiercely protecting your heart. It doesn't mean that you're shut down or that you're closed off and putting blockages on your own self because you don't want to feel pain. No, you feel the pain. And you cry it out. You may even cry so hard you got snot flowing uncontrollably from your face. Let it out. Don't carry that burden. They're trying to put it on you. It doesn't belong to you. This is ending, and these ones are being held back. It's a fresh start. Their Five of Swords energy failed. They have a desire to reconcile now, because it didn't work out the way they had imagined. They failed. Look, they're guilty. They were not satisfied. They're guilty of causing you pain, of causing you damage, of putting their childish emotional pain that they refuse to work through onto you by triggering your own wounds. But you know that this trigger is coming from a principality. It's not just, you're not just sitting here enjoying your life and then all of a sudden have you this severe heartbreak and memory of it and emotional attacks. No, this is an attack. So, they're guilty and they're feeling pain from the damage that they have caused. They're grieving. It didn't work out the way they went. It's unsatisfied. So they're unsatisfied with the way things were going. It's not going well for them because you refuse to give up hope for loving and loyal and faithful union. You're expecting your person who will give you the love that you deserve. You're expecting this. Someone is feeling your absence. They want to have a conversation. They don't know what to do. They're in disagreement. They think you should understand how they feel. But this reflection, this mirror reflection, took everything from you and then neglected you. While pretending to be you, walking around in your beautiful energy, while they put this heavy burden on you. Yeah. And now, they can't get into your space. There's nobody there with you. They're daydreaming, longing for you. They're in regret. They wish that they had never happened. They were wanting to be you. They wanted to mirror you again, but it's not working out. They're reminiscing about the jokes, and they're getting detached from you. Yeah, you detached. You could even be running away. You're like, man, I'm out of here. And they're feeling broken and shattered about it. They've got habitual patterns that they will never change, and they've been found unworthy of you. You are a better person than they are. You have complete understanding of what they've been doing to you, and they sabotage their own damn selves, trying to sabotage you. See, this soul tie. You've got a soul tie. Maybe they feel like, or maybe you're connected with somebody in a soul tie. Maybe you have a spiritual spouse. I've seen contracts and unions in the spirit. It could be that you have one yourself, and there is forgiveness for whatever. Maybe there's a forgiveness for whatever may have occurred in the past. Any betrayals, you're forgiving it, you're releasing it, and you're moving forward into your destiny. They lied on you. They lied and they ripped themselves away from you. They ripped because, you know what? They can't separate you from love. Love is who you are. And you're not, and these ones are stuck in the shadows, feeling the pain from the damage they've caused. And it's time for everybody to get a new soul contract in this new chapter. So everybody's being tested right now. Don't fall into South Node. There's a lot of desperate people out there who want to switch their mindset with you and their energetic imprint. Don't take it on. It's not yours. We're here in a crucial time right now. Work through your traumas, your triggers. Breathe into it, cry it out, get in a salty bath, put your feet in the soil, something. The principalities are coming after you. Your love is irreplaceable, and they want it because they want to cash it in. Look. Oh, look. You've got a reunion. We'll always come back to each other. There is a marriage connection, and it's very responsible. The emotional and the financial needs of this child will be met while you're loving each other, while you're committed and loyal, while you are willing to let the other be free without binds, without a binding. You know, the thing about love is is that it is also extreme suffering, you know? That which brings us incredible joy can also bring us incredible suffering. That's why I say children should have a pet, because when they lose them, they don't live long. So when they lose them, they will develop the inner skill to deal with the trauma of losing something you love so dearly. And it's better that they learn how to manage the pain of that while growing up, so that when they reach adulthood, if their partner passes away or something traumatic happens, they'll have the inner fortitude to intelligently, emotionally manage themselves in a crisis like that. These people who are very prideful, they're confused, and they want to escape. They want to escape their own drama, but they can't, okay? They can't secretly chase after you anymore because the truth has been revealed. And you have already mended your connection with whoever your spiritual spouse is. You are connected and it's healed. And they're overwhelmed by this and stressed out, and they're, everybody's talking about it. They can't get you to take on this burden. They're mad. You're not going to take it on. You're like, no, if I have to be independent by myself, shining my light in the world by myself, then I'm going to release, and I'm going to pour my love into myself. Because when your cup is full, everywhere you go, this love will touch everything. You got to keep the love in you, not the burden that others are trying to force on you. And sometimes that means releasing what you love, letting it go, giving it its freedom, working your way through the pain and coming into a greater understanding of exactly what love is. It isn't possessive. You know that the Most High God and Goddess, Mother, Father, Creator, are working through them just as they are working through you. You know that every opportunity, every healing, every level that you step up into, it was guided and surveilled by the divine. And you may have received limited support, and it may have stemmed from your blind faith that somebody actually cared when the world tried to tell you that it didn't. So somebody's in a Nine of Swords energy. They're having trauma and despair. They're full of anxiety. They didn't appreciate the beauty that you have going on. And maybe you don't appreciate them sending this crap to you. They can't sleep. Look, adversity. They did not appreciate you and the beauty that you gave them, these beautiful flowers. And, they didn't have an appreciation for your perspective on life or reality. So they brought you adversity. They decided to fight with you because that was the perspective of reality that they were in alignment with. And you don't have to take this on. You can be beauty. You can remain the gift that you were trying to offer the world. You can keep doing that. You don't have to take on their challenges. All you have to do is release your traumas and triggers so that they can't stick this burden on you anymore. So this is a completion of your heavy burden. You're not going to take it on. They didn't appreciate your beauty. They brought you adversity, and you're like, okay, I'm done. And now they are going under because you have this magnificent love for yourself, and you're not taking on crap gifts anymore. You're not taking on everybody's woe is me burden. It's not your job to process other people's childish emotional baggage. They got to do their own work. And it's hard work. You know it is because you've been on this journey forever. Learning to love yourself, learning to maintain your boundaries, learning when to say, no, I'm not going to take that gift. Look, self-esteem. They're challenged by your self-esteem, by the fact that you possess gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. You are love. And not only are you love, you're powerful love. You've got 10 of Wands burden. You've been carrying this probably for many cycles. And now it's time for you to benefit from the love that is in you. You've learned how to master it, how to pour it into yourself when the world is punching you in the gut. You're a benefit to this world. You're not going to absorb this toxic behavior and then suffer and then turn your star energy into this. You're not going to do that. It's like, no, man, I'm not doing that. I prefer to rest in the state of joy. I prefer to live life happy. So they missed their opportunity. They lacked foresight. They didn't know the core of you. They didn't know the core of you. They thought they knew because they're very surface level. They don't ever go deep within themselves, so they're very surface level. So if they can't face the core of who they are, they certainly can't recognize the core of you. All they know is that you're very strong and capable of managing heavy burdens. And they want to use you as a compost pile. But they've missed their chance because you're not in this rabbit hole. You're not participating in this unseen crazy drama. You're not going to allow them to drive your emotional body, to drive your mental body, to drive your energy. You're going to process it, transmute it, and come back to a state of love and a desire to live in joy. You are abundant. They made mistakes. They didn't realize that you were a limitless being who can manifest whatever you desire in the physical reality. You are so much more than money or, a freaking trash bin. You're this beauty, and they did not appreciate any of it. Why? Because there's none in them. They don't have an appreciation for beauty because it's not in them. Whenever you see somebody that you admire and you're like, oh, they're so beautiful, or oh, they're so capable, or oh, they're so this or that, you know, they have great qualities, you know, they're very reliable, they're always on time, they're very, you know, they offer great wisdom. You recognize these things in them because it's in you. You know, children, they don't recognize malicious behavior. They're pure innocence. Maliciousness and malevolence do not live in most children. So when somebody comes up and offers them a drug or offers them, you know, a quick buck or whatever, they can't recognize the maliciousness of it because there's no maliciousness in them. So they wind up taking on the burden of that because they will carry the burden of participation. And it's really sad because they have to learn to carry the weight of it, learn to transmute it, and then pour that love into themselves and say, you know what, I'm done receiving your opportunities. I don't like your opportunities. I'm not taking them anymore. You're holding your ground. You're standing up for yourself. You're very passionate about it. You've struggled a long time without support, and you're not going to take this burden on again. You're just not going to do it. The gate is closed. The gate is closed. You trust yourself. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. You trust the inner voice. You trust your connection to the divine. You know that life is hard, but this has been, you've been learning so many skills of mastering yourself and your own flow. You know, you have the ability now to be a raging, you know, rapid in a river. Sometimes the current can suck things down into it because you've dwelled in this darkness so long. But you also have the capacity, because you are abundant and limitless, you also have the capacity to calm the waters into a steady, you know, gentle, shallow flow. Or you can become still like a lake. There's no ripples at all. You manage the temperament of your waters, your internal waters, which you are 70% of. You're a star. Your job in this world is to shine your light and to revitalize, to heal not only yourself, but your environment, your community. And because you are doing that, everything that these ones built on you is crumbling. It's falling apart. You have the strength to build anew. They've missed their opportunity with you. They didn't act when they should have. You know, they probably didn't believe that you had all this in you. But, you know, that's their misperception. These people who think they know it all, you know, they're very shallow. Like I said, they don't look inside and deal with their own internal core. So they absolutely can't recognize yours and your growth. So somebody, whatever they built is falling apart, and it's okay. It could be that everything is falling apart around you. It could be that the love that you were holding on to and, you know, cherishing in your life, it could be that the Most High is sending them off onto a new path. And you may have, you know, a challenge releasing that. But you know that when God removes something from your life, they're making room for something new to enter. So it may feel like everything's falling apart, and that's okay because you have the strength to build anew. Somebody did not act when they should have. They missed their opportunity for growth. Or they missed their opportunity to be with you because you have expanded in consciousness and awareness. As a star being. Queen of Wands, you are courageous and confident. You're doing it all on your own. You're very focused. You have a zest for life. You're determined to live with joy. You're not dealing with those who broke their promises. You're not broken. And you're expecting reciprocity, equal give and take. Anything less is unacceptable. You're not dealing with it. They could not break you. service. They're no longer getting your services. You're not helping them anymore. You're not dealing with those who broke their promises. They could not break you. They're not being offered your services anymore. They're getting what they gave. They're getting exactly what they gave, and so will you. You're not offering them your services anymore. And your services of what? Of carrying their 10 of Wands damn burden. You're not doing it anymore. You deserve equal give and take. And that doesn't mean a big old sack of crap in order for in exchange for a whole heart full of this beautiful love and light. You're not doing that anymore. You're patient. You know that everything happens in divine timing. You know that the divine, the Most High, God, Goddess, Mother, Father, Creator, are bringing you into alignment internally so that you can be matchy-matchy with whoever it is that's coming into your life to offer you this. Stable. You're stable. You're secure in yourself. You're not going to go flying off into some drama and try to put the crap of it, the pain of it onto your partner. You're not going to do that. So the divine is testing you right now. What have you learned? What are your skills? What do you bring to the table? And you're going to be matched up with it. Whatever that is. Innocence and joy. You've got happy memories here. Familiarity. Support of family and friends. Needs. You're what? You're thinking about your needs being met. You're reassessing your life. You're reassessing your love. You're reassessing the services that you offer in this world with your light, with your love, with your passion. This is all yours. You're not going to be buried under this burden from the invisible man who's trying to suck you into this rabbit hole. You're not dealing with any third parties. You are faithful and loyal. You're not this. You know exactly what you want. And you will get it. Because your emotional needs are being tested. Your emotional body is being tested. The divine is like, have you mastered yourself in this level of pain? Are you able to release something that you love with all of your soul? Something that is embedded in you, part of you. Are you able to set it free? Or are you going to bind it to the pain of you? Man, it's skills. Incredible skills. Mastering oneself is not easy. Especially when you're very, very passionate. You got a lot of power in you. You're light. You're just like bling. You know, when you are healthy and healed and full of love, everything you touch is vitalized. It turns to gold. It's like this beautiful, it's like the plant who needs water, you know, and you give it water and it's like all of a sudden it stands up and it's all perky. That's what your light and your love does for people. And they want to take that from you and replace it with this. And you're like, nope, I'm done carrying that. I'm not doing it this chapter. That's not what I have inside of me, and I'm not carrying it. And you can manifest whatever you want. You're like, nope, and you're getting a little aggressive with it. You're like, hey, you know, back off, Jack, or Jackie, or whatever you want to call yourself. Persevering. You persevere. You know that you can do whatever you set your mind to. You know that whatever you're expecting will be. You just have to be patient and wait for the divine to bring you into alignment. Just like The divine is bringing everybody else into alignment with what it is that's going on inside of them. You could be in a Queen of Pentacles energy, very maternal, very generous, very wise. And you may be getting aggressive with people. You're very fierce about supporting yourself, supporting the joy within you, supporting your mental body, your energy body, your emotional body. You're you're going after it. You're like, no, sorrow, you don't get to live here. I'm going to lick that wound with my big old lion tongue, and I'm going to heal that. We got unfinished business here. Success. They could not finish you. Unfinished business. Things to resolve and discuss. You know that there's no greater goal than to love. They could not stop your success. They could not stop you from loving yourself and loving your environment and loving everything that is part of your soul. Which, if you're part of the all that is, it's everything. The Mother Earth, you know. If you're like me, you know, in the 7th grade, I got beat up every day by those 3 girls, man. They were brutal. And the teachers in the school wouldn't do anything. Another one, my parents. But at the end of that year, I think the divine forced an accident. You know, my stepsister was teaching me how to smoke cigarettes, and I didn't want to get caught. So I put my cigarette out and I emptied the ashtray into a box that was on the porch. And I didn't realize, you know, that if you didn't get your cigarette put out right away or fully, that it could set stuff on fire. And it set that whole big old box of stuff on fire, and it wound up burning the porch and the ceiling. It was a big, beautiful wraparound porch. And I think we got evicted because of that, and we wound up moving out into the woods. Well, anyway, it was way out, 12 miles from the nearest town, way the heck out on the river. And I was so messed up emotionally and mentally, and you know, my heart had been shattered by the brutality. But the Mother Earth and the trees and the water and the animals and all of the beauty, these little huckleberry bushes that I could sit there for a half hour or so just snacking on while the warm breeze blew by me and filled my lungs up, you know. I was wrapped in the life of the mother and healed. So you're part of the all that is. You know, it fills you up every moment of every day. Every time you take a breath, you are revitalized by the Mother. Every time the rain falls, you are washed clean by the Father. You know, all this stuff is very, very important. You are loved and you are loved. And it's a flow. Sometimes there's storms and sometimes there's sunshine. You have to learn how to manage yourself in it. Ace of Wands, you've got this perfect willpower and you've got this new opportunity here. And what was is ending. You're done with it. You are done with it. You have grown and you're coming into this new potential. So what was is over. They're pretending like it's not. But you're making a fresh start and you're holding back from these people. Look, they need to surrender. They need to stop messing with you. They need to release the need to control. And perhaps you need to release the need to control too. You know, in order to maintain peace internally and in your environment. Somebody's having a desire to reconcile because they can't invisibly lay this burden on you anymore. So they want to get in your 3D space, but you're not dealing with this right now because you know that all this is a lie. And you're just waiting for the divine to bring you what it is you deserve. These ones are grieving. It didn't work out the way they had imagined, and they're guilty and feeling the pain from the damage they have caused. They're very unsatisfied with the way this is turning out for them. Because you're peaceful. Well, this kind of came out in the reverse. So you are at peace. This says, I am a being of love. I release all negative energy. But it came out in the reverse. So these ones, they want to reconcile with you now. They could not put their burden on you. They're grieving. It didn't work out the way that they imagined. They're feeling the loss of your light and your love, and they're feeling the pain from their own actions and desires. They're going to have to manage their own internal world and stop trying to put it on you. You're not taking the gift anymore. They were unsatisfied with the way things were going. They don't have any peace inside of them. They wanted to offload this onto you, but you are peace, and you're like, I'm not taking that gift anymore. I'm not taking it. No. They don't have any peace, but you have an abundance of love. This is who you are. And they're trying to do this mental, principality bullcrap to make you think that this is you, but it's not. They're trying to put their burden on you because they don't have any peace. They have no satisfaction. They've got all this guilt, all this grief, and they want to put it on you. And you're like, I'm not taking any more of those kinds of gifts. Nope, the store is closed. The gate is up. No more entry. Thou shalt not pass with thou's infiltration. And it's a struggle. It's a struggle. It's hard. It feels like you're doing it alone. And maybe the divine is letting you while they observe, but you trust the process. And you know that every time you overcome something like this, you gain a greater capacity to do so in the future. Look, you have empathy. You care about others, but you're not willing to carry their burden. You might show them how you process and share that wisdom with them, but you're not going to carry the burden for them. And they don't know what to do because you're very connected to your intuition, to source divine, honest and true. You're not going to lie about anything. You are whatever, the good, the bad, and the ugly. You've been in the dark, so you've got a lot of those gifts with you, but they are internally harmonized, balanced, and you're shining like a star. You're not letting your shadow drag you down into South Node. Nope, you're licking those wounds and you're healing and you're moving on. Because you know that there is no greater goal than to love, and it starts with you. So these ones are in fear and having a lot of doubt right now. They have to process their own stuff. You can accomplish whatever you set your mind to. You commit to the practice of seeing the good in all things, and they're in grief about this. They can't put this on you. It's not sticking. You won't let it stick. You're not taking that. You're denying it. You're denying it. You know that this lonely feeling, this imaginary, nobody loves me kind of feeling, you know that you're never alone. And you know that the divine loves you. So you nurture your happiness. You're patient while you wait for the divine to do their work in you so that you can do the work also. It's a tandem thing. And when you come into alignment with your perfect match, it will happen. But there's a lot of work that needs to be done. So you're releasing any beliefs that no longer assist in your soul's growth. You're releasing the guilt and the shame that these ones are trying to cover you on. This is a change. You're bringing about a change for not only yourself, but for the entire world. Okay? Because you're bringing balance and health internally, externally. When you're balanced inside and full of love and light, it not only brings you personal health, but everywhere you go, you share that energy, and it brings everything into this beautiful symmetry. Oh man, those who are worried are very, very envious. Or those who are envious are very, very worried because you're free. You're free because you nurture your humor, the lighter side of you, your happiness. You're very determined to live in joy, and you're not going to take on this energy. And these ones are under judgment. Maybe you're calling judgment. You're like, I'm not taking this burden from you anymore. You're going to keep your own sack of crap because I'm attracted to people who serve my higher good, people who are courageous and have the inner strength to face their fear. This is what you deserve. You deserve a relationship with somebody who is for your higher good, who has the courage to walk through the freaking fire and have done so on their own, just like you. You're gonna get exactly what you deserve, exactly what you have honed yourself to be, this beautiful presence in the world. Okay, these ones are, they're in regret for blaming you for their burdens, for covering you in the shame of their own crap. They want forgiveness, but this says acceptance. I'm learning to accept the things I cannot change. So, they want forgiveness. They want you to accept them. They're not able to change what you got going on. The prideful ones failed to move against you. And this is over. It could be the end of a friendship, or perhaps it's just over. Death. We've got, you know what? You know what you're here to do. You're thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents, even the sad and traumatic ones, because you know that it's an internal step. It's an internal ladder. You can either walk up the ladder and, increase the value of your soul and what you have to offer the world, or you can burn the ladder down, whatever you want to do. But you know what you're here to do. And that is to, be grateful for breathing, be grateful for the opportunity to live and to love, and to allow others to do so as well. Because if they haven't grown as much as you, if they're no longer in alignment with you, the divine will move them out of your path. And no matter how much you love them, no matter how much your soul is intertwined with them, you will need to move on. If you have outgrown them, you will be given a new path, and they will need to go another path, because you deserve equal give and take. And you're no longer offering services to people who broke your heart, who shattered your belief in love. But they could not do that because you are love, right? They shattered your belief in them having capacity for love, but they could not break you. I hope that this clarifies something you already intuitively knew, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.